Hey guys, Auspicious Aussie here, and welcome to episode 22 of the Inter Miami series. Now, today we've got a double header against Toronto FC and, of course, our arch rivals of this series at the moment. Of course, they're our geographical rivals as well, Orlando City, somewhat of a Florida derby, and that game will be up after this one, and it will be away from home as well, so it's going to be pretty tough. If we go into the league table here, we do currently still sit in first place in the Eastern Conference. However, New York City have closed the gap to 4 points. And you might be wondering, how has that happened, especially after the last episode? And that is because we've lost a few games. And one of the games was actually against New York City. So that sort of allowed them to basically it was a 6-pointer in no uncertain words, but yeah, we're still ahead 4 points. We're also 4 points ahead of LAFC, which means we are still top of the Supporter Shield as well, which is good. But like I said, we've been in a bit of a bad run of form since the good run of form last episode. But one more thing to go over, of course, the title to this video is, have we signed the new SUAREZ? So if we go into transfer history, we've got the one player to go over in regards to outs, and that is Will Keane. He left for $3 million to Swansea. He's a really great player, but he was our backup striker. Scored a few goals this season, of course, in the cup, but ultimately he was taking up an international slot. I saw this player that I really wanted to get in, and he was the one that had to sort of miss out and leave us. But the player we brought in, ignore this transfer here, Ortega. I was going to bring him in, and then I found Minoli. Gaston Minoli, 18-year-old Uruguayan. Looks pretty incredible, I have to say. Hasn't started too well, but he's only come off the bench twice. So, can't really read into that too much. But yeah, 15 finishing, 15 composure, 15 off the ball. Relatively good pace, lacking a little bit of jumping ability, but that's perfectly fine. He's a poacher, so he fits the role really well in regards to our tactic that we're using. And realistically, he'll be the Ruidíaz replacement in the future. Ruidíaz, I think he just turned 32, so he's starting to get up there in age. But this guy, I think he looks like he could be the next Luis Suarez, in my opinion. Anyway, from a regen standpoint on Football Manager. Anyway, let's get into the fixtures. Since the last episode, of course, it was the Columbus Crew and Atlanta United episode. We followed that up with a 5-0 away victory against New England Revolution. Zelalem getting a brace for himself. We then had Ruidíaz, Fernandez, and Mueller also on the score sheet. So I stopped playing there, and basically what happened overnight was there was an update. There was a hot fix to the game, and since then I feel like it has kind of affected the tactic. We don't seem as clinical, and other teams are scoring from 1 or 2 shots on target. It's very weird. Anyway, we started off with the quarterfinal of the US Open Cup, and we lost in extra time to the Houston Dynamo. As you can see, 100... it was basically stoppage time of the first half of extra time. So, yeah. As you can see, we also played pretty well. But if we go into the stats here, to be fair, I would say a draw is a pretty fair result, but they win the game. We had about the same amount of shots on target. So this one's a little bit more fair, and I can take this loss. It was only in the cup. These next games are very weird. The next game was a 1-0 loss against Nashville. And this one, as you can see, we had 19 shots, but only 4 on target ourselves this time. And then we have 3 shots on target for Nashville. Centre back gets a Man of the Match award. Right back also getting a pretty good rating there. And yeah, 3 shots on target. They score a goal, take the win. And, we leave the game not playing too well. I mean, the strikers were pretty dreadful. I also rested a couple of players. So, that one's not too bad. Then we go into the New York City game. Like I said, it was a massive game in regards to the Eastern Conference. And yeah, we had 10 shots on target, couldn't score a goal. And then if you look at their match stats, goalkeeper 7.4, right back, sorry, two of their centre backs getting 7.6s, one of their wing backs who scored a goal, fair enough, getting a 7.3. And yeah, 6 shots on target, they score 50% of those, getting 3 goals for themselves. And we are left with a closed gap for our first place position. And the final MLS game that was played was a 2-2 draw at home against one of today's episode opponents, Orlando City. Similar type of game. As you can see, I was very, very, very frustrated after this one. We actually opened the scoring. Ruidíaz, 15th minute. They got a goal back in the 25th. I think it was their first shot on target, and they got an equaliser. We then had Diskerud put us 2-1 up, and then they got an equaliser in the 70th minute from 3 shots on target. So, as you can tell, I was pretty pissed off. We had 10 shots on target ourselves. You know, we scored 2 goals. Realistically, that should have been enough, in my opinion. However, I feel like we kind of got screwed over a little bit there. Since then, we did have the summer break. And yeah, we managed to beat Charleston Battery 6-3, Seattle Sounders 1-0, and the Tampa Bay Rowdies 3-0. So I'm hoping the tactic after these friendlies is hopefully going to be a little more clinical and sort of return us to ways of the past in regards to our form. Anyway, the starting lineup is going to be pretty much a full-strength starting lineup. The only change I could make is maybe Piette coming in for Zelalem. I kind of want to do it, but he's not 100% match fit, so I'm going to go with this team, this starting lineup. Also worth mentioning, McDermott hasn't been playing too well, I want to say. Actually, we'll bring him in. He hasn't been playing too well, but Strand, even in that friendly against Charleston, he conceded 3 goals, and they were pretty suspect. So McDermott's going to start. We're then going to go with Emmanuel at right back. Zimmerman and Abubakar will be the centre backs. Garza at left back. Romano will be the left winger. Diskerud and Zelalem will be the centre mids. Mueller's going to start on the right wing. And then we're going to stick with Fernandez and Ruidíaz up front. Worth mentioning that Fernandez, as you can see, last 5 games, 6.74 average rating. Really dropped off. Hasn't scored. And, you know, we're suffering because of it. So, looking for a big performance from him. The bench today is going to be Strand, Ogbeta, Ripken, Piette, Sigala, Mishcic, and Manoli. And hopefully, like I said, we can get back to winning ways. I mean, we haven't won in 4 games, so I'm going to tell the boys I'm expecting them to win. I'm not sure if it's the team talks or what's going on, but something's definitely changed since the hotfix update. All right, we've got to throw in Emmanuel to Zelalem, Mueller. See, something seems off with it. It just really seems off. I don't know if Sports Interactive have changed the match engine, but it feels like they definitely have. And it's pretty weird because I was enjoying it before the hotfix. Anyway, see, as if Ruidíaz would not score a goal right there. It just seems so weird. Like, that was a perfect opportunity. And yet, you know, our designated player can't score a goal from literally about 5 feet, 6 feet out. Anyway, Emmanuel. Decent cross to Romano. Garza, please, we've got to score these goals. Like I said, something's happened. It doesn't seem anywhere near as clinical. Mueller. Not a great cross. Or a great free kick, sorry. Well, Romano beats his man. Oh, that's what I mean. How is he missing from that close? Romano, again, a brilliant little cutback. And this time it was Fernandez, and he can't score. And we still can't score. I don't understand. It's so hard for my players to score goals, and it's so easy for the AI to score. I don't understand it. It's really weird. Luckily, Fernandez scores a goal there. We're 1-0 up, and it came from a one-on-one, so that just goes to show what a mess the match engine is, because before this hotfix, you would never see a striker score a one-on-one. It would be very rare, and more often than not, they would miss. But I'm assuming they've changed that, and it looks like other things have been probably tweaked as well to be less favouring, in my opinion. I don't know. It just playing, what, 5 or 6 games, I guess, since 7 games since the last episode. Things look very different in regards to the match engine. Anyway, enough complaining. Let's get on with the game. We are still dominating them at the moment, which is great. Alright, they're in behind. Luckily for us, McDermott makes a pretty good save there. Our centre-back's not playing too well today. Abubakar and Zimmerman. Anyway, we're on the counter-attack here. Romano breaking forward. And then plays an absolutely horrible ball and gives it away. And now Toronto are on the counter-attack. And now we're back on the counter-attack. I've got to say, that's a very weird turn of events. Anyway. We're about to go into half-time here. Hopefully with the 1-0 lead. Which would be perfect. But again, we just don't seem to be playing as well as we used to. And they almost get a goal there. But there we go, half-time. Taking in the 1-0 lead. I guess the most important thing is just trying to get a second goal. I don't really want to try and sit back. I literally think that's probably the worst thing I could do. Fernandez with a header just over the bar. I feel like earlier in the season he was putting those away. Even though he has scored today. Breaking forward again. See, that's a tame shot. Still seems very weird. I don't know. Don't want to make the whole episode about me complaining about this hotfix. Let's just get on with things. Alright, Toronto with a nice ball forward there. Ferreira gets a weird cross in and it's deflected. Who was that? I think it deflected off Zimmerman. And they've got the equaliser. 1-1. Mason Toy. Yeah, definitely took a deflection there. Pretty unlucky from us. Again, only their third shot on target. Just frustrating. Alright, Emmanuel to Mueller. Ruidíaz. Oh, how does he not score that? I don't understand. How does he not score? He shoots it at the goalkeeper. It makes no sense. A top-level striker is not going to be shooting at the goalkeeper. Anyway, Garza with a corner. Cleared away. Fernandez will get on the end of it. Puts a nice cross in and Mueller heads the ball over. Alright, we're going to make a sub. We're going to bring Minoli on for Ruidíaz and Ogbeta. going to come on there for Zimmerman as well. He's only on a 6.6 after the deflection off him into the goal. I mean, luckily, McDermott makes a save there. But yeah, as you can see, their goalkeeper on a 7.4. I feel like it's been almost happening every game. Oh, Fernandez. Oh, how has that not gone in? I'm in shock. It was rolling across the line. I mean, fair play to their keeper. I mean, things just aren't looking good at the moment, are they? I mean, if Toronto get a winner here, oh, luckily we get the ball. Diskerud breaking forward. Can he find a player, though? Garza down the left. And he just runs straight into the defender. I don't actually know what the referee is going to look at here. Possibly for a penalty? I don't know. I mean, there was literally nothing there, so that was really weird. Again, just showing the weirdness of the match engine, going to VAR for literally no reason. Anyway. There we go. 1-1 draw with Toronto. 15 shots on target this game. 15. And we score 1 goal. Oh, that's really, really frustrating. And we concede a goal from what? I think it was they had 3 shots on target at the time. I mean, that result right there is probably going to push New York even further up. They haven't actually played their game yet, so we'll have to wait and see. Anyway, I'm going to skip forward the 14 days, and I'll join you back for Orlando City. Alright, so just before we get into the lineup, I just wanted to show you the Eastern Conference. As you can see, New York did indeed win their game, so they're now 2 points behind us. However, LAFC, I think they drew their game, so New York are the main competitors at the moment. Obviously, in regards to our conference, and then, of course, the Supporter Shield as well. Anyway, let's get into the lineup here. I had to make a few changes. Quite a few of our players are actually on international duty, as you can see. Some main players there as well. Rua Diaz, Mizcic, Piete, Strand, the backup goalkeeper, of course. So yeah, we're going to start with McDermott in goals, Emmanuel right back, Zimmerman and Abubakar will be the 2 centre-backs. We're going to bring Gaspar back in due to the suspension to Greg Garza, as you can see down the bottom of the screen there. In front of him is going to be Romano as the left winger. We're actually going to keep the exact same midfield for this game. So Diskerud, Zelalem, and then Mueller will be on the right wing. Up front, we're going to stick with Fernandez. Of course, he got the goal in the last game. And then partnering him today will be the new signing, hopefully the next Luis Suarez, Minoli. The bench day is going to be Brown, Ogbeta, Ripken, Marcial, Cisneros, Brook, and Ben Chen. All right, let's do this. We really, really need to win this game. I'm gonna go with something different. I'm gonna say go out and have fun tonight. Hopefully that'll take some pressure off. Hopefully, I don't know. Something needs to change because, well, we haven't actually won a competitive game in about the last 5, so I'm not panicking yet, but obviously if we want to keep winning, Mueller, see, that's exactly what I'm talking about right there. Mueller had an open net and he literally shoots it wide into the goalkeeper's hands. That is the match engine being messed up 100%. Without a shadow of a doubt. That example right there. And we give away a penalty. Possibly a free kick. I don't know. It's right on the edge of the box. But as you can tell, I'm really pissed off. I am really pissed off at the fact that they've done this hot fix, which has essentially ruined the game because the most ridiculous stuff is happening right now. Whereas before, I felt it was pretty... Obviously, I was winning a lot. And the tactic probably was a bit overpowered in an attacking sense. I mean, luckily we saved the penalty there. But it just seems like they've messed the match engine up badly. Seems so... Not even random, it just seems wrong. Like, it doesn't seem realistic of a football match at all. No player is going to literally shoot across the goal, an open goal as well, into the goalkeeper's hands, who is essentially standing wide of the goal. I don't know. Anyway, this episode, purely just me complaining about the match engine. So, yeah. And somehow we score a goal like that. Anyway, Zelalem getting an extremely ridiculous goal. I mean, it looked like a cross, but you'll see it here on the replay. I mean, like, why is... I've got to assume it was a cross. Because if it's a shot, why is he shooting from there when there's so much space? I have to assume it was a cross. Anyway, we're 1-0 up. I'm still pretty pissed off, but, you know, we've got the lead. Even though things seem very broken with FM20 at the moment. Gaspar. He still can't even get a cross in past this man. Very weird. Anyway, Manoli, like I said, he could be the next Luis Suarez. He's a very, very talented 18-year-old Uruguayan striker. And he's got his first goal for the club there. Romano with a nice little cross. And good to see him picking up a header. Filling in for Rui Diaz today. And we're 2-0 up. And if you look at the match stats, I mean, we might not even deserve to be in front. Very strange. Anyway, Manoli again plays it out to Emmanuel. Gets a cross in. Cleared away, but Manoli, 1-on-1, what a chance to get a second goal for himself. Really good save by the goalkeeper there, though. Alright, Manoli. I mean, that was a bit of a cluster there. Inside their box. I mean, this has been a long first half. We're only 35 minutes in, and I feel like this half has gone for at least 4 minutes. Real time, of course. Gaspar, oh, it's a horrible shot. Horrible. Good to see our goalkeeper actually picking up a decent match rating. McDermott on a 7.1. But I do believe that's probably because of the penalty save that he got. I have to say that was a relatively good first half, all things considered. Alright, we're going to make a couple of subs here. Cisneros on for Mueller. I want to bring Ben Chen on, but I'm a little bit worried that if I do... Yeah, I think we'll just make the one change for now. Cisneros. Don't want to risk anything. You know, players coming off the bench and not performing. I mean, we're taking Mueller off because he was not performing. Only on a 6.6. And here we go. Luna's in behind, 1-on-1. And McDermott with a nice save there. A massive save. Got 20 minutes left. Can we hold on? Their shot goes just wide. And apparently we're withstanding heavy pressure. Also got Zimmerman picking up a yellow card here. So I'll just ease him off. But can this be our first win in 5 games? Fernandez giving the ball away in a pretty good position for ourselves. However, it does look like we've sort of dealt with their attack. Hopefully we can launch our own Emmanuel with a long ball to pretty much no one. And now this is what I thought would happen. Orlando counter-attacking. They're going to score a goal here. I can already see it. There we go. I called that before it even happened. (2-1). What is Zimmerman doing? And then Abubakar's not even near Luna. Nowhere near his player that he's supposed to be marking. Going to demand more. I mean, yeah, they're all focused. Hopefully that'll actually work. I mean, McDermott's on a 7.9, so... I mean, if I got upset at the last game, I have to put credit where it's due, because I think we've got a bit of a jammy result there. The 2-1 victory. I'm glad it's over our rivals as well. Zeller, man of the match. And there we go. New York again, still yet to play their game. But like I said, that was our first win in 5 games. 4 MLS games. Not exactly good enough, is it? And hopefully the form can turn around. The next episode will be the end of regular season review, and we will play the Minnesota and FC Dallas games as well. And we'll do a bit of a player review, because we do have some pretty good performers so far this season. Anyways, thank you for watching, guys. Smash the like button. Let me know down in the comments below if you are having issues with the match engine after this hotfix. Pretty well pissed me off, I have to be honest. Seems like a step backwards, and it's pretty frustrating. It's leaving me pretty frustrated. Anyway, like I said, thank you for watching. Subscribe to the channel as well, and apart from that, take it easy, and goodbye.